Welcome back to the Siren Ratio. So I want to make you all a video about Bitcoin diamond patterns because Bitcoin actually broke south of this diamond pattern that I've drawn on the chart, and it immediately rocketed back up inside the diamond pattern. So I'm at this point not sure if this thing's going to play out or not, but I am going to show you about the diamond pattern on charts in general and potential targets for Bitcoin. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, leave me a comment below. So I actually already recorded you all a video, and now I'm re-recording the video just simply because of how wrong that wick on the bottom of the candle was on the 4-hour chart when it broke below the diamond pattern. So now I'm kind of reassessing, and I'm going to give two options here as far as bullishness and bearishness, just because of what happened with the strength of that wick. So first of all, a diamond pattern is exactly what it sounds like. It's kind of in the shape of a diamond. It's never really a perfect diamond. This one's not too bad, actually. Of course, there's a little bit of action here above the side of that diamond, and then there's a little bit of action above here, but in general, it has formed a nice little diamond pattern. And when you see a diamond pattern, it can be bullish or bearish. This particular one could go either way because Bitcoin is very overextended. But if you do see this pattern, whenever Bitcoin or any other asset is not extremely overextended, it can be bullish. Like if it's breaking up and there's a diamond, it could be bullish as well. So what you do is you essentially take a line from the top of the diamond to the bottom of the diamond, which I've already done here, and then you put it at the breakdown point. So in this particular case, a bearish scenario matches pretty well with this 382 fib level. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see where that comes from. That is the 382 of this entire movement from here to here. And the target from that diamond would be the 33.6 basically at that 382 level, which I think is a very healthy pullback, especially all the bullishness we've seen. I think Bitcoin does need to correct a little bit. I still think it's going to go to 40, 45, maybe 50K, but I do think it's overdue for a little correction. But we do have this uptrending level of support here, and that's kind of where it bounced off of whenever that broke the diamond pattern there. And now it almost looks like it wants to come up and retest this edge of the diamond. So I'm kind of looking to see what happened, but it did close the previous 4-hour candle within the diamond, even though it popped all the way down here. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see what happens. Bullish case scenario, if Bitcoin were just to start rocketing up right now, the same thing applies. So it would be like, let's just say it broke out there. That's a target of right around 40,500. If it broke out a little later, then it's still around 40,500. So I would say, let's just call it a nice even 40K would be the breakout target if it were to break to the upside out of this diamond pattern. Zooming out to the 1-day chart, just to look at indicators a little bit, we can see that Bitcoin has been extremely overbought since October 27th, and it's just continued to go up in price. As the stochastic has slowly started to trail down here a little bit, it's crossed down and then up and then down and then up, and now it looks like it wants to cross down again. There's a whole lot of indecision and a lot of volatility right now. Yesterday had some of the craziest price action. I'm not talking about percentage-wise, but just up and down, up and down. They could not decide where to go. To me, it seemed like a lot of price manipulation, but who knows? It could just be people getting wiped out on leverage or whatever. Matter of fact, we'll take a look at leverage here in just a second. But also we have a completely overbought RSI. We had a drive of bearish divergence on the RSI here, but we've also had 2 drives of hidden bullish divergence on the RSI. So it's really hard to tell what's going to happen next. There's just a lot of conflicting signals. Even if we zoom out here to the weekly chart, we're starting to form a red candle on the weekly. Doesn't mean it has to end that way, but typically whenever we see Bitcoin, like I've said in previous videos, when we see Bitcoin run up to the 382, it's usually between 2 and 3 candles where it's actually up at the 0.5 and up at the 618, which are right around 48K. So you've got a 42K target and a 48K target. I don't have that here, I don't think, but those are the targets at the 0.5 and this 618. Even the indicators on the 4-hour kind of lead us to believe that too. The ultimate stochastic is completely overbought here and is now curved down. The K is crossed below the D, and it's accelerating relatively quickly to the downside. Of course, that can change at any time. The stochastic is also close to bottoming. It's now currently entering the bear zone here below 20, which would lead us to believe there's downside. And also it looks like price is kind of rejecting off the edge of that diamond still. So I'm just kind of updating as I'm making this video. Of course, this isn't a live video, but things are changing as I'm making the video. So I'm just trying to go on and update as I'm doing it. But let's go ahead and look at the open interest real quick and see what that says. So here on coinalyze.net, we can see that open interest has actually been going down from this point, and price has been going up. So it looks like maybe some shorts are getting liquidated, either that or maybe there's some profit taking going on in this area. And that would make sense as far as why volatility was so high yesterday. but that is on the daily chart. If we look at the 1 hour chart to see what happened with this diamond, price has gone down significantly and leverage has gone down significantly. So I'm wondering if there was some profit taking going on and that was the cause of this. And now maybe retail is picking up spot buys to pick up what's remaining of price at those lower levels. I don't know, but I don't see much of a divergence here between aggregated open interest and BTC price. So I don't really see much alarming here. It looks like we just kind of need to wait for Bitcoin to make a little bit of a decision here on this chart. Going back to it again, the way that I would probably play this is to wait and see what this ultimate stochastic does, and also the regular stochastic. So if the stochastic, since it is faster moving than the ultimate stochastic, if I can find my brush, so I would wait for this breakdown, see if the candle closes below 20, and then watch for this kind of action here before the move back up. And then when that happens, this activity here, if that were to happen, would probably cause a reset here. And then once we get an oversold signal, which would be a green line like we have back here, then that would be maybe a good time to start reaccumulating if you sold any or if you're not in the market or whatever. That's kind of what I'm looking at. This does not look like a time to make decisions to me. It's a time to monitor. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think about the diamond pattern. Tell me what your favorite altcoins are for the next bull run. Everybody knows mine is Link, among others, but Link is the one altcoin I don't want to live without. Drop me a comment about anything. Thank you for coming by, and we will see you in the next video. Safe trading.